YouTube, what is up? I am NEACE, and I have a special video for you. Ooh. I found out recently through some criticisms of my business, or should I say Twittercisms, that I am making way too much money coaching, my friends. So I'm going to do a step-by-step guide on how you can make $250,000, just like I have, coaching and playing League of Legends. So stay right here. Guys, if you like the video, like, comment, share, subscribe. NEACE, why are you doing this, man? The hell's wrong with you? Well, I'll tell you. I was minding my own business, chilling out, coaching. I had 5 coachings today. I had 3 on-stream coachings and 2 private coachings. For the 2 private coachings, I actually mind controlled those clients to sign up. And then the 3 on-stream coachings, I held the gun to those players' heads to make them get a coaching. And they did. And I got like about 1,000-ish, bad math, something like that. It was all forced. They didn't choose my coaching. But anyways, where was I? I was minding my business. I was coaching those clients that I forced to buy my coaching. And then my Twitter notifications started going berserk. Whoa. I immediately thought, Twitter drama. There it is. And I clicked on it, and there it was. And there was a guy by the name of Nelson. You can see this drama is still going. Nelson writes, why be a pro team coach when you can earn 2.1K a day and 63K a month if you just work 7 hours a day? Nelson used to be a head coach, and he recently got demoted to a strategic coach, which, judging by his math, that actually might make sense. But anyways, I'm not trying to crap on Nelson, you know. He's probably a better coach than me. And then I started reading the thread, and I was like, well, damn, all these guys that are hating on me, there's some people that are saying that I never made Challenger, which is untrue. I made Challenger mid and top, and then Jungle secondary, and then I made Masters Plus and support and 80 carry. But then there were some that were true, like NEACE is an active Challenger. You're right. You know, it turns out when you're coaching about 900 people a year, it gets really difficult to maintain a Challenger account in solo queue. Darn, do I make money or do I play solo queue? Tough call. But you know, there might have been some false advertising there. Clearly, I couldn't make it if I wanted, but that's whatever, right? I was thinking about it, and all these coaches and players, they were saying a lot of things that I don't deserve to be here, and I'm not very good. And I thought, what can I do? I've posted all my coachings on YouTube. I've shown them exactly everything that they need to do to build a brand, to make content, and they're just not doing it. I wonder why that is. So maybe I have to be more clear, and I'm going to make, because of that, I want these coaches and players to take my job. I make $250, $300 by forcing people to book my coachings. You can do it as well. It's so easy, right? It's so fucking easy. So I thought, I need to share the information. So here we go. Because you guys asked, this is exactly how you can get my job coaching. Step 1, the first thing you got to do is you got to pay off all your debt, and you got to have enough money to start a business. All right. So for me, I had $100,000 in debt. I joined the army to pay off that debt. I went to Afghanistan for a year. I had a really tough time sleeping because I was scared I might die. During that time that I was awake, I wrote a business plan. The business plan included, you know, my brand. It's a cringe brand. It was called bingegaming.tv. I made a YouTube channel. I wanted to involve my friends. It didn't really turn out to be much, but I knew that I was going to get out of the army, and I was going to be, or I was going to try to be a professional gamer. This was in like 2012, 2013. During the last 6 months when I got back from deployment, I got really into League of Legends, and I made Diamond in my free time. I had to go to work every day, roughly, in the military. But when I had long weekends, I grinded 8 to 10 to 12 to 14, whatever hours a day, because I really wanted to make Diamond. And I made my first big video, which editor you could put up. It was called 10 Tips to Diamond. You know, I think I was in like 2013. It was like the first big video, maybe 2014. I don't know. After I got out of the military, I went home to Maine. I packed all my stuff up. I told my parents I was going to be a pro gamer, and I drove all the way across the country from Maine to California. This is really easy to do all this stuff. So you guys should be taking notes and getting ready to copy everything that I've done, right? So I drove across and I went to LA. I made a bunch of content there. Some people liked my content. Some people hated it. Sometimes I made content that sucked, that people shit on, and it really hurt. And I kept making content anyways, even when I didn't want to. And I kept streaming constantly, daily, for years, even when I didn't want to. I didn't have any money. In between the time that I moved, I got married to my wife, Meredith, who's amazing. And then at some point, I started getting so broke that my wife wanted to join the Navy. to try to help with basically the struggle of streaming and living in LA. The prices were really high. So we lived with her parents for 5 or 6 months while she joined the Navy. It was around that time that I started doing $20 coachings. I don't know when the date was, editor, you could pull it. But I started doing those for months and months and months. I started making more coaching content. I stuck with it for years, making content and doing daily streams for years. Eventually, I got burned out on League. I probably got burned out on League a couple times. I joined Fortnite. I tried to go pro at that. I failed. I came back. I made more coaching content, more coaching content, more coaching content. I got better at it and better at it and better at it over the course of the next 4 years. All right? And then after that, I decided that, you know what? I'm going to make a website. Actually, I didn't decide that I would make it. I didn't think anybody would pay for it. But my wife believed in me and pushed me to make a website. So I made a website. Initially, I started the prices at about 100 or so. And in between there, I'm skipping a lot of steps. I was doing all sorts of stuff. I was doing like coachings for subs at one point. I was doing coachings for like small amounts of donations at another point or whatever. Like it was a mess. Eventually, I made the website because my wife believed in me and wanted me to do coaching. I started the price at 100. I enjoyed it. I loved it for the first couple months, and then I wanted to hang myself because it was too much work. And I didn't have any free time to hang out with my wife or even like, I don't know, pet my fucking cat. I was booked all the time. So I started raising the prices. My coaching kept getting more popular. I started raising the prices. All of this in the last 2 years. So basically, the rates that you see now are the rates. They're the compilation or the conclusion of working for the last 8 to 9 years of my life around League of Legends. I became one of the best players in the game on multiple roles. Not the best, one of the best. And I put a lot of time into my brand and my identity and my content. I'm not reading a script here. I'm just telling you what's in my mind and like in my heart here. I put a lot of time into this game. I applied for a job at Riot Games. They didn't hire me. I think about that every day. That because they didn't hire me, I almost didn't believe in myself and wanted to work for Riot instead of build my own brand. Riot denied me and I was forced to work on my own brand. Without them denying me, I would probably have a lot less money and a lot less business and a lot less opportunities that I've had. I almost didn't believe in myself a couple of times, and thankfully I lucked out and got through it. I've fucking been here for 7 or 8 years doing this job. I mean, anything you can imagine. I've taken bad sponsorship deals. I've got shit on in social media before. I've got into it with Ninja. I've had Keemstar flame me. I've worked with Ninja. I've coached Ninja now for years later. Other amazing content creators I've worked with in the space. Content creators in League of Legends. Content creators like everywhere. Like I've been doing this for so long, and to have people attack me, it just really, really hurts. And like I said, going into this video, I wanted to make it really, really clear, laying out my story, and hopefully my editors did a good job of connecting some of these dots a little bit. I want to be really, really clear that if you believe that you're going to work as hard as I am and you're going to do this job better than I am, I'm not going to stop you. In fact, I fucking encourage you to do it. If you think you can do this job and get more clients and make more content and do what I do, stop talking about it on Twitter and do it. I will come and support you. And for just I want it to be very, very clear. If I hear another coach's name on any of my content, I go and watch their content. I have personally reached out to Coach Curtis. I have personally reached out to LS. I have personally reached out to Vagar V2 with varying degrees of success. It turns out that a lot of people are thinking that I'm out here trying to compete with other people. I'm not. I don't give a fuck what other coaches do. I don't give a fuck what prices you charge. I don't care what your ambitions are. All I care about is trying to make good content and make my audience happy and keep myself sane. And like I said, guys, if you think you can do what I do, then go after it. I hope you do. I'm sincerely just excited for anybody that makes it in this business at this point. I've been through so much, and I've even been the hater before. I've been the guy that's raged and been mad at other people that have been successful. I get it. It's fucking frustrating when people make more money than you and you think that you deserve a chance. Like, I've been there. But I am not that fucking guy. Like, I am not the guy that lucked into this. And I want to be very, 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 very clear about what I'm saying before I go. That I love all my fans. I love my job. And I honestly am so sad that the first thing that people do in this space, and I've done nothing but be open and friendly with anybody in the coaching space for the past like 3 or 4 years. Look at my Summoner Speaks. Look at my boot camps. I am so sad that there are so many people out there that would choose to attack me instead of try to work with me. And I just wanted to get this off my chest because it's lame. And it's so easy. If it's so easy to do it, then you just go ahead and do it. Get cracking.